形意拳
Welcome to Vital Xing Quan, a three-part video series. Featuring
两手鱼、马西奇、
Liang Shouyu and Sam Massich. This film was written, directed, and produced by Sam Massich and Mariko Stepkovich. Nature. Since the earliest times, man has learned from nature, watching her habits and imitating her rhythms and powers. Natural law appears in man's music, medicine, art, and even the martial arts. Refined over the years through persistent practice with attention to detail, Xing Quan is one of the most powerful examples of this. In its most basic form, Xing represents the strengths of the five elements: metal, water, wood, fire, and earth, as manifested in five fists: Pi, Zuan, Bong, Pao, Han. The art also captures the essence and power of 12 animals. Seen here is the sparrowhawk, the chicken, and the tiger. The words Xing Quan well capture the fierce yet controlled spirit of the art. The first character, Xing, means shape, form, or the structure of a thing, while the second character, Yi, means intention or will. Thus, Xing Yi refers to the shape of the intention, the ability to bring the will into form. Quan means fist or boxing style. Standing alone, it refers to the martial ethics, the virtues of respect, humility, and courage. These virtues were well personified in Marshal Yue Fei of the Song dynasty, who stood as a great example in a difficult and corrupt time. A consummate martial artist, Yue Fei is accredited for having created Xing Quan, also eagle claw boxing and 8 pieces of brocade qigong. Xing Yi is classified as an internal style martial art. It is renowned for its simple and effective results in both contest and in battle. While it appears to be simple, Xing Quan is a challenging mental, physical, and spiritual discipline. In this video series, we will look at basic solo and partner training forms. In Volume 1, we'll look at basic stance, the 5 fists and their applications. Seen here is the fist of Zuan, or drilling. Making use of slow motion, multi-angle, and freeze frame, you should be able to learn these techniques. Continuing, we will examine the basics of the short and long linking forms. These forms connect the basic 5 fist movements in a continuous sequence. These are basic foundations for mastering Xing Quan. We will also examine partner conditioning exercises from simple, stationary to complex moving forms. These drills are quite dynamic and powerful. They're based on the interaction of the 5 elements, the cycles of creation and destruction. They provide the basis and format for later exercises such as Ansan Pao, the 2-man sparring Xing Yi. These exercises are designed to train both reaction and power, so don't be surprised if you get the odd bumper bruise along the way. In Volume 2, we will begin looking at a Xing Yi basic form. This includes not only the important 5 elements, but the 12 animals and their applications as well. Seen here is the powerful horse movement. Continuing, we will look at Ansan Pao, the peaceful body cannon sparring sequence. The movements of this form are intricate and detailed, so we'll spend quite a bit of time looking at small points. Ansan Pao is powerful and exciting, but it is important to have a strong root in the basics of Xing Quan. This form, Ansan Pao, was first published in the 1930s by famous Tai Chi Xing Yi and Bagua master Sun Lutang. To really understand Ansan Pao, one must be rooted in the basic 5 elements movements, Pi, Zuan, Bong, Pao, Han. Later in the tape, we will examine the training for each of these fists. Continuing on, we will look at Xing Qigong. This form, first presented by the late master Chang Dong, looks at the basics of qi circulation in the body, how to move energy from the lower body, from the legs and waist, up through to the sense areas. This sharpens our yi, or intention. Of course, this is critical in Xing Yi Quan training. In Volume 3, we will look at the 12 animals and their applications. We'll also look at other auxiliary forms and training methods. Seen here is the application for the chicken. This video series is designed for use with the book Xing Yi Quan by Master Liang Shouyu and Dr. Yang Jingming. The book has proven to be a milestone in martial arts publications. Be aware that several of the sequences presented on these videotapes are not in the book, but that all of the forms in the book are on these tapes. Meet Master Shouyu Liang. Having studied martial arts and Qigong since age 6, he has been voted in the top 17 coaches in China since 1946. His Xing Yi instructors include Masters Zhong Huaixian and Wang Sutian, both students of the great master Sun Lu Tang. My name is Sam Masich. I'll be assisting Master Liang in production, instruction, and narration. I can say from first-hand experience that to learn Xing Yi, you need to be patient, diligent, persevering, and to keep a good sense of humor.
Wu Xing劈砖崩炮痕
The Wu Xing, or 5 elements, are splitting, drilling, crushing, cannon, and crossing. Before we study these, we should look at the 3-body posture, the basic posture, or
三体式
correct basic posture is the foundation of all Xing Yi training. Any Xing Yi master watching a student practice will immediately key into the posture. The San Ti, or 3 body parts, are the head, feet, and hands, said to be related to the 3 powers of heaven, earth, and man. Keep the arms extended but relaxed, with the shoulders open and dropped. Hands and fingers are also open, but round in the center of the palm, or Lao Gong, and round between the thumb and index finger. The neck is straight with the head slightly lifted. Eyes should be focused like the eyes of an eagle or snake. The back is straight and perhaps very slightly arched forward. The hips are mostly loose with a slight inward turn. Weight is about 60% on the rear leg. The first of the 5 fists is
劈
or splitting. Pichuan cuts like an axe and is therefore related to the element metal. First start by stepping out into San Ti Si, as before. Settle into the posture. The left hand forms the fist, hooks in. It drives out as you step forward with the left leg. Then continue forward and pi. The action is cutting. The right hand now pulls in, the right hand drills out, the right foot steps, and Pichuan. Now turn, sink back on the left leg, 2 hands form fists, step out with a kicking action. Step left foot and Pichuan. Finish, weight on right foot, left hand comes in. Let's look at it from the front angle. Once again we see stepping out into San Ti Si. The left hand hooks in, drives forward, and cut. It's important to pull back as you drive forward. Watch here again. Hook and pull. Let's watch some applications for Pichuan. Here I punch towards Master Liang. He drills up, filing my arm to the outside, and then drives into the shoulder, pulling back firmly with the right hand. Another example of dislocating the shoulder is seen here. I punch with my left hand. He controls and pushes firmly in, striking and pushing at the same time. The important thing is to use the whole body in Pichuan. Let's look at a simpler application. Master Liang parries and strikes towards the face. Once again, parry, strike using the cutting motion of Pichuan. A variation on this would be to drive up under the chin. This puts pressure on the neck and could be used to strike. Here we see that Pichuan can also be used to push the partner away, to throw them down on the ground. Notice Master Liang turns his body 45 degrees from the attack to achieve this result. Let's watch Pichuan performed at regular speed. Of course, you can practice this movement as many times as you like, going in both directions. The next of the 5 fists is
quan,
or drilling. Because of its twisting, spiraling movement, zuan belongs to water. Once again, like in most Xing practices, we step out into santi se to begin. Hook, step forward with the left foot slightly and the right foot and right hand together make zuan. Right foot steps, left hand makes zuan. Turn the body, weight on left leg, step forward and drill through. Notice that in each zuan there is the posture santi se at the end. Let's watch from the front. In the drilling fist, there's very little lateral movement. More, there is a corkscrewing kind of movement. Because of this, the energy of zuan shows up in many Xing movements. Watch here. We drill, and then once again, drill. This is zuan. Once again, drilling through. Notice the slight twist in the forearm. Master Liang turns, and once again, drill. The right hand slightly blocks or covers down, and then the left hand drills through. Let's look at some applications for zuan. I strike Master Liang. He blocks and uses zuan to the throat, or he could use it to the temple, the eye, the underside of the nose, under the chin, or the ear. Zuan drills or corkscrews or wedges its way in to the target. The basic fist of zuan is much like a regular fist, only inverted, twisted over. A very common variation on this fist is to have the index finger knuckle advanced. Notice the thumb supports the knuckle to prevent it from being injured. We could use this advanced finger to strike the temple or the eye or the cheekbone, renzong under the nose, the throat or the ear, all vital points. The drilling fist is capable of deflecting and attacking all at once. It's also famed for the ability to slip into another target when necessary. Watch here. It slides in, parrying and striking all at once. This saves time and frees up the other hand. In grappling, zuan is also effective. Here I try to control Master Liang's arms. He uses zuan to slip through and to strike all at the same time. This creates an enormous tension which causes my body to spring back. The effectiveness of zuan here comes from the corkscrewing, twisting movement. The movement of turning from one side to the other in the solo exercise also has application. Here we see Master Liang is attacked from behind. He turns, blocks the attack, covers with both arms, He uses quan to strike as his right foot pushes in on the knee. This would break the knee. Another example of this kind of turning movement is seen here. He uses the left hand to strike the face. He steps forward and drives. Let's watch again. Notice it's the coordinated body movement, the left hand coming around with the body, the whole body driving forward with the quan movement that makes this effective. Let's watch the movement quan practiced in solo at regular speed. Once again, you may practice the movement as many times as you like in each direction. After studying pi and quan, we can begin the study of
bông,
which is crushing or extending. Bong moves like an arrow and therefore belongs to the element of wood. Once again, we start out stepping into san ti si, the three-body posture. From here, slightly advance the left leg, right hand forming fist, and bong, punch. Step, bong, punch. Step, bong, punch. Left, bong, punch. Turn, hook, kicking out. Step out into san ti si, bong. Step back, bong, and finish. Let's watch one more time from the front. Step out into san ti si. Weight is on the back leg. Two hands form fists, drawing in, step, bong. Step, bong. Notice the back leg, the right leg, draws right up to the left leg in this variation of bong. Turn, hook, and kick. Step out, bong. Step back, bong, and finish. Let's look at a few applications for this movement. The most basic idea is simply punching. I try to get in on Master Liang. He moves to the corner 45 degrees and drives straight in with bong. In this example, we move around. I try to attack with my left hand. Watch here. He sidesteps again and punches in. Notice he punches to the weak angle, to my heels. In this example, Master Liang just simply attacks. He doesn't bother parrying or moving or anything, just drives. The power of bong is to punch but drive at the same time. This push-punch kind of technique is very powerful and effective. Let's watch bong practiced at regular speed. Notice the foot advances with the punch. As we turn to the other side, we can see another variation on this movement. In this case, the right punch is the same, but the left advancing punches with the step. Punch, step punch at the same time. Both types of punches are considered correct. When making the fist for bong quan, we close the fingers and make li quan, or vertical punch. The wrist is slightly sitting and digging in. Let's watch another variation on bong quan. Notice this time with both punches, the punch moves with the advancing step. In practicing bong, you should work all of these variations until you're comfortable with them. The next movement is very explosive. It is called
炮
Pao means cannon. The cannon movement, being very explosive, is related to the element of fire. As usual, we begin with Santi Se. This time step out, closing both fists, step to the corner, and pow. We pull back, then drive. The left hand is blocking upwards, the right hand punching forward like bong. Once again, pow. Turn, pulling in, pow, and finish. Let's watch this movement one more time from the front. Step out, Santi Se. Reaching out, pull. Drive forward, stepping up. Pull back. Drive. There's much similarity between the movements pow and bong. The upper hand in pow can also be used to strike. Turn and pow. The parrying function of the upper hand is often seen in the applications of pow. Here I strike Master Liang, he blocks and drives forward. Notice he holds his Santi Se. Applied a little more dynamically, pow looks like this. Boom! Like a cannon. Watch Master Liang's footwork. He parries moving to the outside, that 45-degree angle again, which drives me once again onto my heels. Against a high kick, pow is particularly effective. Using the left arm to cushion the blow, we drive forward with the right fist. The left arm may augment the strike, or it may be used to help push the person away. It has been written that Pao Chuan belongs to fire and is the opening and closing of the one qi. Like a cannon, it suddenly blasts and hurls its ball. Its nature is the most violent, and its shape is the most fiery. Let's watch Pao again, performed at regular speed. The final fist, and perhaps the most important, is called
横
Hen means to cross. Its posture is solid as a rock, and therefore it belongs to earth. Start with the correct Santi Se. In Hen, the arm that's advanced and the leg that's advanced are opposite. Here we see left leg, right arm, step. Now the right leg is forward and the left arm is forward. The movement is crossing or cutting. Watch here, the right hand drives under and across. This shouldn't be confused with zuan or drilling. In Hen, we slip underneath the hand. Watch again here. The right hand slides under the left hand and comes across. Let's watch this movement from the front. Once again, we begin with Santi Se. The right index finger is lined up with the left middle finger, step out, and moving into Hen. Step with the left, right foot draws up and cross. Here we can see the crossing movement a little more clearly. Step, the left hand comes in and across. In Zuan, we have drilling, twisting movement, which moves over the arm. In Hen, we have blocking, crossing movement, which comes under the arm. Hen, crosses. Turn, step out, once again, Hen, and finish. Let's watch some applications for hen quan. The basic idea of this fist is to slip in and under, parry across, and drive to the ribs. Let's work here. Master Liang steps outside and slips in, crossing into the ribs. It could work if I punched with the left hand as well. He slips in and punches the stomach or sternum. Let's see in slow motion. I advance with my right hand, trying to jab. He covers and slides in. He could use the whole arm, smashing in, or using this to push me away. Hen can be used to set up a powerful grappling throw. Watch here. I strike. He parries. He slips in, smashing the ribs and pushing outwards to the corner. This is the power of hen. Notice Master Liang's stable posture, a perfect santi si. Let's watch hen quan performed at regular speed. Like all of the five fists, the movements of hen are quick, neat, and stable. Having practiced the five fists, we can move on to the basic linking forms which connect their movements.
连环拳一
The short linking form combines the basic five fists. A song written about this form goes like this. Quickly advance and quickly withdraw, the postures are linked and threaded. Suddenly short and suddenly long, its meaning and theory are detailed. It combines the one qi and its domain is vast. Move repeatedly left and right as if you were next to a wall. We begin, as usual, with san ti si. Step out and settle into the posture. The first movement of the linking form is bong quan. Step back with the right foot, building pressure and hen. Let's watch again from the front. Step forward and bong. Step back, crossing into hen. The movement is coordinated like a spring. Let's watch here. We step back and let pressure build. One more time. The right foot steps back, creating the spring. Now the left foot reluctantly comes back. It drags along the ground, building pressure, and then the left hand, hen, crossing out. Notice the hips are twisted and the feet are turned. Continuing from the hen, we move into bong once more. Turn the feet and hips and drive forward, bong. Here it is the power of the hips that creates the speed and sets up the step for bong. The spring in the left leg is released as the right leg moves. The left leg drives forward and the right leg hooks out, pulling forward, stepping up for bong. The left hand is near dantian. It may be palm up or palm down. It doesn't matter. From here we move into white crane spreads its wings. Open the hands, step back, and strike down. Feet together. Once again. Down. The whole body moves. Open. Step back and strike. This movement sets up pow. Step out and strike. Watch again. Pow. The hands draw in and strike out. Let's watch the whole movement. After bong, the hands drop. open into white crane spreads its wings. Step back and bang. Step out, reach out, extend the step. Watch how long the step is. And pow. Left foot drawing up. After pow, we sink back and cover, blocking inside with the right hand. This is a variation of hen. The left hand covers down and the right hand drills, weight on the right foot, and step out to P. Let's watch that whole little sequence one more time. From pow, cover, blocking inside, sink back, step back, and cover with the left hand. Right hand drills through, left hand drills, and P-tren. Once again, in this P-tren, the step is long. The whole body is coordinated to make the step. After P-tren, we continue with Zuan, step up, and notice this Zuan has the left foot forward and the right hand forward. Step up, Zuan, or drilling. The right arm should be very extended. Here's the step. Left foot releases, inch stepping. Right foot draws up, and Zuan. The right arm should be quite extended. From Zuan, we continue. Step forward and P. In this version of P, the legs are crossed. Watch again. Zuan, step, P. The weight is slightly forward on the right leg. Let's watch the legs again more closely. Step. Right foot comes through. We drive up, making the regular P kind of motion, and settle onto the right leg. Boom. The whole posture should be open and extended. Continuing from here, we step into Bong. After Bong, we turn, hooking around, cover, right hand drives through, kick, step out. The arms are extended. Let's watch that again. From the last Bong Tren, boom, turn. The whole body turns. Right hand swings around, left hand covers over, right foot up, hook and kick, step out, and P-tren, step forward into Santi Se. From here, we continue the whole movement once again. Step forward and Bong, step back, hen, shift, Bong, white crane, pow, cover, cover, P, etc., etc. Let's watch the whole thing from the beginning. Two arms extend, step out and Santi Se. Turn and perform the sequence a second time. Bong, hen. You can perform this sequence as many times as you like, just repeating the movements over and over from side to side. First, focus on making the movements clear before trying to make them fast. Then you can go on to practice the more advanced linking form.
连环拳2
The second linking form is longer. It is a more detailed look at the 5 basic elements. We start, as always, with Santi Se, By now you should realize how important this basic stance is, as it shows up in all movements. Our first movement is pi quan. Here it is performed exactly as it is performed in solo practice. Pi quan, hook, once again, pi quan. Let's watch from the front. San ti se, right index finger over left middle finger. Left hand forms fist, hooks in and drills up. Right hand drills through, pull and push, pi quan. Once again, drive, pi quan. Continuing from pi quan, we have bong, step back, bong, step forward, bong. One more time. Bong, bong, bong. The footwork is the same as in the short linking form. The only difference is that we use bong, step back, and instead of using hen, we again strike with bong. So the movements are bong, bong, shift the hips, step, and once again, bong. Once again, pay attention to the solid san ti se step. Bong, bong, bong. Let's continue forward now into white crane spreads its wings. Pow. Cover, cover, zuan, and pi, exactly like the short linking form. Let's watch that all again. Continuing on from pi, we move into zuan and zuan. So we have two. Let's watch again. Zuan, step, zuan. One thing you may find confusing is the footwork and the handwork coordinated. In solo practice with zuan, if the right hand is forward, so is the right foot. But in this form, the right hand is forward and the left foot is forward. Again, we step out with the right foot. Now we have the left hand forward and the right foot forward. Pay attention to this detail and you won't find yourself being confused. Continuing from here, we pull back and pow. Step, pow. Once again, pow. Reach out, pull back, pow. Continuing on, we pull down, hook out, and pi. Step out, hen. Step out, hen. Once again, from bong, draw down, step out, hen. Step out, hen. From hen we continue and punch forward with the right hand. Bong. Turn. Hook. Pi. Step out, san ti se. And finish. Once again, the turn hooks around, steps out, and finishes. This completes the long linking form. Now let's watch the whole form done smoothly and correctly. Step out into san ti se. Left foot advances, weight on the right leg. Left hand forms fist, right hand forms fist, hook around, step out, and pi quan. Once again, pi. Bong, step back, bong, step bong. White crane spreads its wings, pow. Cover inside, cover over, zuan into pi. Step zuan, step again, zuan. Reach out and pow. Reach out, step, pow. Pull down, hook step out, and hen. Step, hen. Step, bong. Turn. Hook step, down, pi. Step to san, ti, se, and finish. You can continue again on the other side.
三手炮
The three-hand cannon training. Sun So Pao introduces the student to the idea of using the basic elements, the basic fists, for fighting training. Master Liang in white begins by using bong quan, punching. I respond, wearing red, by using pi quan to block his movement and control his shoulder. Master Liang again uses bong. He punches towards the sternum. I block and control his arm with pi. Master Liang uses the movement pow to counter my control. I parry his arm with my left hand, and I use bong, thus changing sides. Master Liang drops down and covers my arms with pi. I break loose and use bong one more time. Master Liang breaks through my bong with pi quan and controls the shoulder. I respond by lifting my left arm and using pow. We repeat the cycle one more time. Master Liang parries the movement and uses bong. Once again, I use pi, covering the arm and controlling the wrist. He then again uses bong. My turn, I use pi. Master Liang then follows through with pow. Once again I parry, blocking and using bong. He covers with pi. Again I use bong. He covers again with pi quan. I break loose from his left arm and use pow. Once again the cycle continues. Bong, pi, bong, pi, pow, bong, pi, bong, pi, pow, block, bong, pi, bong, pi, pow, block. Watch the movements on one side are bong, bong, pow. Watch Master Liang. Bong, bong, pow. The movements on the other side are pi, parry, pi on my side, pi, parry, bong, bong, pow, pi, parry, bong, bong, pow, pi, block. Gradually the movement becomes continuous and smooth. Sun So Pao is designed to train coordination, but also speed and power. The movements should be clear, they should be neat, but they should also be firm. Focus the mind in each strike and in each block. Practicing in this way will quickly increase your coordination. Don't be surprised if you wind up with the odd bruise, however.
双人合步练习
This two-person moving step drill introduces several new attack and defense skills and begins to encourage lower body coordination in partner training. Begin by taking san ti si. My initial movement is zuan. I use this to parry his hand and also to reference it. I feel where his hand is and catch his left hand, pulling it down and controlling him. I step forward and strike with bong. Master Liang snakes out, steps back, and parries the hand with pi. From here, I hook under again with zuan, only this time with my right hand. I control his arm with my left hand, pulling it down. Step in and once again bong. Master Liang once more steps back and uses pi to cover. I settle back into san ti si and we do the movement again on the opposite side. Master Liang hooks with zuan, controls the hand, steps in and bong. From here I step back, controlling his arm with pi. He hooks in using zuan, steps forward and controls the wrist. His left hand grasps me, pulls down, and he uses bong quan. Once again I step back and use pi. He takes san ti si. Let's watch the movement from another angle, from on top. Zuan, hooks, grabs, step, and bong, punch. Try to settle back into your san ti si. He snakes out, parries, covers the punch. I use zuan again. Control the hand, step in, and bong. Master Liang steps back, covers. San ti si. Zuan. Control the wrist. Punch. Step back. Parry into pi quan. Hook. Grasp the wrist. Control. And once again, bong. Step back. Pi. San ti si. Let's watch the movement performed more smoothly. Zuan, hook, punch, parry. Zuan, hook, punch, parry. San ti si. Zuan, bong, pi, zuan, bong, pi. One more time. Zuan, control, bong, pi, zuan, control, bong, pi, san ti si. Zuan, control, bong, pi, zuan, control, bong, pi, san ti si. Zuan, control, bong, pi, zuan, control, bong, pi. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, settle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, settle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Faster. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. In this way, the movement becomes continuous and smooth. Everything becomes connected.
五行相克定步
The 5 elements restraining each other, stationary form. This exercise follows the principles of the creative and destructive cycles of the 5 elements theory. The first form, bong, performed by Master Liang, represents wood, which relates to the color green. Bong is destroyed by pi, which is represented by metal. Metal is thought of as relating to the color white. Therefore, pi splits bong in the same way that metal splits wood. Pi is destroyed by pao. Pao represents fire, which relates to the color red. Fire melts metal, and therefore pi is destroyed by pao. Pao is overcome by quan. Quan represents water, which overcomes fire and relates to the colors black or blue. Finally, hen blocks quan. Hen, earth, which relates to the color yellow. Earth blocks or absorbs water, and hence hen overcomes quan. The cycle begins again. This time I apply bong. Wood overcomes earth in the same way that wood can dig into the earth or absorb its nutrients. Master Liang now uses pi to overcome bong. Metal cuts into wood. I respond with pao. Pao destroys pi. Fire melts metal. Master Liang counters with quan. Quan beats pi. Water extinguishes fire. I finish the cycle with hen. Hen destroys quan. The earth dams the water and prevents it from moving. The cycle begins anew with bong. Pi. Pao. Quan. Hen. Once again, bong, this time on my side. Pi. Pao. Quan. Han. Master Liang starts the cycle again. Wood, metal, fire, water, earth. You may notice that our interaction follows the cycle of destruction in the 5 elements relationships. If you watch closely, you'll see our individual sides follow the creative cycle. We have pi, quan, bong, pao, hen, or metal, water, wood, fire, and earth. Let's watch the movements practiced smoothly and evenly. Gradually we'll pick up the tempo a little bit, and much like the Sanso Pao exercise, begin to practice more vigorously. Practicing in this fashion not only increases your reaction time, but begins to toughen and strengthen the forearms. It also improves your balance and strength and coordination.
五行相克合步
The 5 elements restraining each other, moving step exercise. This exercise is directly derived from the last one. we start with san ti se. Master Liang steps forward with bong, as in the last exercise. I shift my weight back, sinking back and covering with pi. Master Liang again applies bong, so we have 2 bong movements to start. This time I step around and apply pi. Master Liang steps outside and applies pao, striking to the chin. I cover his movement, stepping back, sink inwards and use quan, or drilling. Master Liang parries the quan and uses han. I cover down with the elbow and use bong towards Master Liang. He steps back and covers the attack with pi. I step forward and use bong again. Once again, metal destroys wood as he retreats using pi. I step forward a 3rd time and use bong. Master Liang does a change step and uses pi to strike. So we have bong pi, bong pi, bong pi. I parry his strike and use pao. Master Liang withdraws, changes steps, moves to the corner and uses quan. I parry and use han. Once again, he blocks with bong. I use the first pi controlling the arm. He uses bong. I use the second pi controlling the hand. He uses bong. I step around and the 3rd pi is to strike the face. Master Liang uses pao. I cover quan. He blocks. Han. Block. Bong. Pi. Bong. Pi. Bong. Pi. Striking. Pao. Quan. Change steps. Han. Bong. Pi. Bong. You can see that the exercise is the same as the previous one, except for that we use more bong and pi attacks. At the outset, Master Liang attacks twice with bong. Bong. I step back and use pi. He steps forward and uses bong. I step around and use pi. From here, Master Liang steps outside and uses pao. Pao is controlled by quan. Quan is blocked by han. Now this time there are 3 bongs. 1. This one Master Liang parries, controlling the arm. 2. He parries, controlling the hand. 3. He parries, controlling the wrist and striking. Pao. Quan. Han. Bong. So once again we have wood being cut by metal. Bong, wood being cut by metal. Bong, wood being cut by metal. Pi. Metal being melted by fire. Pao. Fire being extinguished by water. Quan. Water being blocked by earth. Han. Wood. Metal. Wood. Metal. Wood. Metal. Fire. Water. Earth. Bong. Pi. Bong. Pi. Bong. Pi. Pao. bong pi, bong pi, bong pi. Pao, zuan, hen, bong pi, bong pi, bong pi. Pao, zuan, hen, bong pi, bong pi, bong pi. Pao, zuan, hen. In this way the movement continues. It goes faster and faster until a relative continuity and flow is established. Keep the movement powerful yet soft. Keep it rooted and yet light. Always remember san ti si. Although Xing is training the body, it is also training the mind. Try to stay focused. Try to make each movement have intention and precision. Above all, stay loose.